to tell her exactly what in the news.
Well, what's in the news? What's in the news is the appointment of the superintendent of Grand Gila County. It's the first thing that is in the news. What's in the news is the right of the president to appoint a superintendent at his will and pleasure. And today we are calling into question that will and pleasure. Is that will and pleasure isolated to the president, or is also the will and pleasure of the people? Anytime the president appoints a superintendent at his will and pleasure, that should also trickle down to the people of the county. Grand Gila has 300,000 people in terms of population. And what we have always known is that even though a president will have that right, but when that right is given to the president appoints a superintendent, there will always be consultation. That we have seen in the past so many times. The president will call the Senate members from that particular county and say, listen, I want to appoint John Brown to become superintendent. And the senators will say, well, Excellency, can we give you 2 names beside this one? Because when you appoint that person, the person will serve you and serve me as a county. And that has always been the culture of government. But as of the past 2-3 weeks, the president appointed one of our sons from Grand Gila County to become superintendent. And that has been causing serious problems. For me, the citizens are demonstrating, and currently there's a demonstration going on right now in the compound of the Capitol. People are writing letters and calling from the United States. Citizens are demonstrating in Grand Gila day and night. And I have told the governing party of this country that your nominee will raise the pressure of my people. Please recall him. We have so many people in Grand Gila that are now educated. Whoever you want, listen, let me make this clear to all of you. There is no opposition in this country. The people who are in opposition are the people who are unemployed. Once you give an opposition member a job, he is no longer opposition. Whatever you say to him is what he will do. All of us want to build this country. So when the citizens of Grand Gila say no to your nominee, my suggestion to the president is recall him, say he's your favorite, send him to the executive. Give him a job, make him assistant minister, make him deputy. If you will, make him a minister. Grand Gila has come a long way. So many things have been happening in Grand Gila. For 12 years in the Unity Party government, Grand Gila did not benefit. For 6 years in the Unity Party, in the CDC government, we were hoping our darling boy was going to help us. But we did not benefit the CDC. So 18 straight years, we have been a widow in this country. Everything that comes, it passes over Grand Gila, it goes to another county. And Grand Gila is the largest county within the southeastern region. We have not benefited. And we heard about this rescue mission. And we said, wow, a rescue mission. We look forward to it. And then the rescue mission came, and then the first thing that they did was to raise our high blood, to raise our pressure. And so we are appealing to the executive branch of government to recall his nominee and call us for consultation. If you want 2-3 names of qualified people, this time we can give you a bachelor's degree holder. This time we can give you a master's degree holder. People who are very seasoned in leadership and in governance, we can give you those names and you can choose, Mr. President. But this one, you send him there, there will be a problem from my people. Small shame is better than a bigger one. That's the first thing that is on my agenda today. and I have called on the Senate Committee on Internal Affairs that they should put a hold on this nomination hearing, the confirmation hearing, until we go for consultation with our people. Maybe from the leadership in Grand Judah leadership in Monrovia, or maybe from the county. As far as I'm concerned, when the people say yes, I say yes. When they say no, I say no. Right now, the people say no, so I say no. The issue is not confirmation. The issue is entrance and sitting down in the office. The Senate want to confirm it, they can confirm it today, but how will he enter and where will he sit down? We are looking for a superintendent that will unify this county after 18 years. So if they refuse to let him enter and for him to sit down, then he cannot lead. One of the districts, district number 2, has said and continue to say that he has been banned from entering that district because he had been accused of kidnapping their son. Acting magistrate of Grand Judah County who was kidnapped since 2021, and today we have not seen his body. The people of Punabo district accused him because he had tried to identify the person or the thing that carried the man. So if you identify, if you say it happened to you in your district, and it happened again, if you identify, then you should tell her where it took him. If you can't identify it, then you become the culprit. So this is where we are, gentlemen. And maybe if there's another subject matter, we'd like to go to the next subject matter, if you will.
Let me come in. People listening to you say, you as senator, you have the greater decision based on the fact that you can lobby with your colleagues, the appointee of the executive. So why do you stand on that position?
Well, deny is one thing, negotiation is another. Before you deny, you gotta negotiate. And the Senate does not have the sole authority. Remember, the Senate is divided into 2. You got the Senate in the ruling government and the Senate in the opposition. So while it is true that we want to work together as a team, we are asking the people in the leadership of the Senate to say, go back to the president and tell him to recall. It's easy to go and say you are denied. But in the phase of working with a new government that is just 2 months old, I think this is not a time to fight the kind of fight we want to fight. We want to start something new on a mutual level with respect and let it be done gradually. And so as a result of the ongoing negotiation, all superintendents that are being appointed will put it on hold until we go through the negotiation process and see where we end this process.
Yeah, Senator, my name is Anthony Jeffa for Analyst Newspaper.
Sure.
You talk about the President Waka recording the nominee.
Yeah.
This time, you could get names, even with a bachelor degree.
Sure.
You also talk about the issue in Koung,
Yeah.
when the election magistrate went missing.
Sure.
The people of
He did not go missing, he was kidnapped. There's a difference between missing and kidnapped.
Okay, he was kidnapped.
Right.
The people of Koung accused the nominee
Sure.
as being the mastermind behind what happened there.
Sure.
Because of that, they don't want to see him.
Sure.
I'd like to know from you, do you also have a problem with Mr. Green?
No.
If so, what is the problem? Because you pointed out the issue of bachelor degree. Is it that because you don't have degree, so you agree with the people to replace him? That's one. Another thing is, when people are nominated, those who feel that they're on the other side and might not be accepted by that person, they have different way of addressing issues. Maybe Mr. Green contested, he lost election. He might have people who do not want to see in Grand Judah County. Don't you think those people who are protesting, because the last time I saw other people protesting for him to get confirmed, don't you think Grand Judah is divided over his nomination?
Thank you. Honorable Grant was here 3-4 days ago. He wanted to see me, and I gave him the forum. He came with some of his elders, And I told him I don't have any. He knows that I don't have anything against him. He worked for 12 years as a representative. Why did he stay in power for 12 years? Because he followed the mandate of his people. I just been in power for 2 months. Should I say yes? The people say no. The issue of the kidnapping resulted to armed conflict in Nigeria between two tribes. The tribe in which he was kidnapped and the tribe that born his son. They fought with single barrels. Today, the conflict is still there. The citizens of Swedru demonstrated for over 2 weeks. The police and army fired in the air for 4 days straight, and 2 people got wounded. In this very issue. So this is not something that has to do with Thomas Yaya Nimely. I'm here representing the people. They sent me here. So when I called them and they said no, then I said no. Is there anybody in the world that doesn't have support? Even the Christian man in the street got support. But you gotta look at the magnitude of the support. Where is it coming from? What's the numbers? We are looking at the numbers. The people in the whole district call and say, we told you and you know that this man cannot come here. So do not allow him to be confirmed. He came here with his friend who also came from that district. And the friend made that statement. And I recommended to him, can we temporarily put a hold on this confirmation? And then we go to branch it there and try to work a way so that when you are confirmed, you will enter. He said no. Then the other senators, some of them called us, the 2 senators, and they said, can you consult with the leadership in Monrovia, the Grand Leader leadership in Monrovia, and see where you can find a way out? And the other senators said no. So, where is my opportunity to do anything? So I have just suggested again that maybe the Senate should send me with somebody else, another senator maybe from Rowachi or Sano County. Yeah. Let's go to the people.
So thank you so much, Senator. How are we talking about not wanting to fight the government?
I didn't say so. Who told you I'm not willing to fight government? I fought government before, then I was saying I'm not willing to fight government.
Okay, so what's your...
I'm saying that this government is new because we have already agreed to work together. Opposition and the leading Senate group in government. We have agreed to work together. In the process of working together, we have to exchange ideas to see how we can find a better way out. So what I'm doing now, what do you think I'm doing? I'm fighting government?
Yeah, so my question has to do with the 3 of your people. They're saying to represent them, right?
Sure.
And the president have made his nomination. Once you are in the interest of people, don't you think it's the best thing to do to be in the interest of the people in terms of rallying with your colleagues rather than you dealing with maybe the executive or maybe
Well, let me ask you something, my brother. What is the law that says that the president cannot recall somebody? Is there a law that they say that when the president appoints and the citizens refuse, that the president cannot recall that person? Are we in a democratic country? Can we practice something that our children, that you all will learn from? That you give me some in your house where you live. If your girlfriend cooks something, your wife cooks something, you say you don't want to eat it, she can't go back in the kitchen and cook something different. We all want to live together. We all want to live together. You don't shove it down my tray and say, if you can't eat it, only maybe the father or father who doesn't like a child, you don't eat it, you will sleep hungry. But this is no, you don't eat it, we'll sleep hungry with all. We're talking about 300,000 people. The one individual who is a president that we gave authority to. We gave you that authority so you will help us to survive. This is where we are.
Or Senator, some concerns.
My name is Blamoto from Bana Avenue. Senator, do you have any fear? And besides, you are somebody who have been around for a very long time. Is that a precedent case? So is it a precedent case where the president makes some that kind of nomination, and later on the citizens go against it, and the president refused at the time to record and do the honorable thing and resulted to something different against the state? And do you have any fear if the president doesn't listen to the plot they are pushing in the interest of the citizens?
Listen, the president has a right. If the president doesn't listen to the people, Then he will appoint, he will be confirmed, and he send the superintendent there. The citizen will come from the individual will come from the senator, the individual senator, and go to the people who send me here. So you want to then let him confirm and send the man to the people and let the people decide.
Okay.
My concern is to save the president's face. Let's discuss it now, instead of sending the man there and then people demonstrate that it be picked up by BBC. Isn't it normal and just feasible that this should happen? We don't have to look for precedent. Government get in power, they find their own precedent, they find their own logic to work with their own people. So if you say, I'm going to rescue you, and I'm in fire and you close the door, then how can I consider you as a rescuer?
Okay, Senator, my name is Young Tiktoker report for OKFN. We just understood that the committee the committee on Internal Affairs has postponed the hearing that was intended for such. Sure. But then on the flip side of this, just on yesterday, members of the lower house took a decision, about 40 of them, signing on to a resolution for the establishment of war and economic crime code. But that will also come here at the level of the Senate for some level of concurrence.
Sure.
How do you view some of these thoughts that are coming in, especially as it relates to the establishment of the war crime code? And then on yesterday, your colleague, the former President Abachi, raised a communication at the time when the former president sought the advice for the Senate that look, there will be some benefit given to those especially who suffer this crime during the civil crisis. How do you view some of these unfolding so far?
Thank you. You know, I'm in the House of Senate. The House of Senate is the House of Elders. The people in the lower house, there are some that can read and some that don't read. There are some that can analyze and some that don't analyze. This government is 2 months old and it's in power for 6 years. You promise your citizens who have been denied by the outgoing government that they didn't do well, and you criticize that they didn't do well. And so you say, I am coming, wait for me, I'm coming to rescue you. And as soon as you came, you say, you know what, your son, he's going to jail. The other one. Is that the wisdom? Where is that wisdom? The people have been waiting for you for rescue. You got 6 months. What's happening to the rice price? Why don't you rescue first? Rescue first. Don't worry about Thomas. Whether you put me in jail, you don't put me in jail, I will die anyway. So why worry about me and leave the rest of the population? 90% of this population is at a younger age. Right now, why you worry about Prince Johnson, who is going to a someday, he's walking slow like Toto? Why you worry about him? Rescue your nation. Look at the hospitals. Look at the schools. Bring the teachers back into the classroom. Look at the behavior. Look at the gasoline, the roads that are being built. People can't get from one village to another. Those are the things you promised in your first 100 days. War crime code should not be in your 100 days. Take it from your 100 days and put it into your 4th year. When you are leaving power and you bring war crime code, nobody will care. But when you have this government in the first 2 months you bring war crime code, all your program will be undermined. Now all of you having confusion. Oh, we're gonna tie them up, we'll get on to Ghana. Did you talk to Ghana? This was a country that spent thousands and millions of dollars. They send their children here during the war and they die here. Did you talk to Nigeria? Nigeria send their children here and they die here in this country, and they continue to insist that the war in Liberia will end. Did you talk to Guinea? Did you talk to Cote d'Ivoire? You never talk to all of these people. They are against you doing what you're doing because Liberia is still fragile. We are peaceful, but we are not stable. This is not a stabilized country. Things are going on daily and nightly. This president needs to listen and to watch and to analyze. War crime code, move it from your agenda now. Move it from your agenda. The Constitution does not allow a white man to be citizen in this country. White men are supposed to be citizen in this country. And you know who passed the first law? It was our brothers who came from America as slaves. And they said to us, they started the originals that they met here, and they said, the white people are bad people. The way they treated us. So we came back now, we are free. But no white man should be a citizen in this country. And the other tribe, the Gola people, the Vai people, the Mende, they say, true. No white man will be citizen. And so white man is not a citizen in this country. I thought you called the white man so we can ask them, why you send bacteria here as Ebola to kill us overnight? I thought that's why you call a white man. I thought you called a white man to ask him about COVID-19 because we are still dying. I thought that's why you call it white man. You call a white man in this country to undermine your own institution, and you thinking that Nigeria cannot help you in the World Crime Court or Ghana cannot help you. You stay behind the white man. The white man did not call you. You call the white man in this country. You are doing harm. Not to me, but to the rest of the 4.5 million people who are younger than 40 years old. Take it from your agenda. You know, we know that you want justice, but that's not how you will want to see justice in your first 2 months of government. When your assistant ministers and your deputy ministers and your ministers, their resumes are piling up in my office and we have not confirmed them yet, then you call in white men. So the House of Representatives, I learned that they receive $1,000 a piece. Well, $1,000 will not save you. It can only last a day based on the amount of budget you have today. All the women that are coming in and the different people coming in, you will spend it today, we'll finish. But look at your future, the future of this country. 4 or 5 people just died in Cape Mount. People are not happy with the company that is there, no employment, all over the place. Grand Jide recently. Look at your rescue mission, the policy you have on your rescue mission to rescue this country. Transfer, tell the you people in the radio station, you stop talking about War Crime Code, so you cannot deviate from this government's policy. But if that's the only thing the government has on the policy, then let's go for it.
Senator, what would be your advice to the Senate?
That the advice I'm giving it now.
Senator, my name is Emmanuel to a report for Koung. Are you afraid of War Crime Code?
Listen, my brother. If you, well, I don't know where you live.
I live in Pinsville.
You live in Pinsville. You live in Pinsville and a tall, huge man living behind a horse come and he attacks you. And you told your wife and say, honey, we can't fight this man. They grab your son, they beat him a broken arm. Say, honey, we can't fight him. Let's move to Bombay Hills. And you move to Bombay Hills. And you stay in Bombay Hills for 12 years. And you run away from the man. You run away from him because you can't fight him. And you want to save your family. So you move to Bombay Hills and you run away. 12 years later, on this wonderful morning, you saw the man showing up at your door to fight you. I thought that in the course of 12 years, this man would have forgotten. And so the man scared of me, I defeated him. But 12 years later, he shows up at your front door to fight you. What are you going to say? You're going to run from your wife again? You know, you're not going to run and say, honey, I think I got to prove my manhood this time. You got to go fight this man. That's what Charles Taylor did to the Crown people. 1990, we ran away. People walked from here to Grand Jide, using the shortcut road passing through Riverside and Grand Bassam. And we packed our things and we went to Cote d'Ivoire. In 1990, the whole of Grand Jide, we emptied that whole place. 1990. Then 2002, Charles Taylor followed us to Cote d'Ivoire. If you don't know, you are a very young man, woman. Thank you for asking that question. He followed us in 2002, December 7, by way of Danane. And he attacked Danane and captured Danane. Then he came by the way of Cicero coming down. He came to Benwe Zonwa and he attacked us in Tulople. From Tulople all the way to Bulaken, heading to Jiglo. What do you want me to do for my people, woman? So I went to the people in Cote d'Ivoire. I said, help me. They said, no, we can't help you. I said, they're coming for all of us. We are the Crown people. Taylor is killing women and children, people jumping in the bushes. A foreign army ran away. There's no hope. And we begged the people to help us. No Ivorian army was there. Not one. And we took army and we followed Taylor to defend ourselves. You want to take me to War Crime Court? I can guarantee you that I will walk back home. Our people defended themselves. And I told the Ivorian government, do not attack Taylor. Because when you're attacking, you will be firing your weapons. You will fall in Town. They will fall in Sineway. They will fall in Zleta. My people, the civilian will die. But we will fight. We know who to shoot and who to save. That's what we took on that war. So you want to take me to war platform? I'm ready. I'm standing up. Except that I'm not going to give you the okay, because in Liberia here, the law doesn't say that before they sue you, they want to get your permission. So you want to sue me? Go ahead, sue me. I will follow you.
Final question.
Yes, Senator. Last evening or yesterday, Senator Prince Johnson was on one of the media outlets, True FM. The former generals having consultations. From your statement, I'd like to know, are you among those having consultations?
I'm not a former general.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for. Thank you.